What's good, people? Today, my work has led me to be outside the prestigious Wembley Stadium. About to go meet up with Kieran to get a little interview, talk some more about his life, but let's head over there. Let's go. At Lions, if you ever need any practice players, just to pull up, practice once or twice a week, live in an apartment, shout me, please. Shout me. Thank you. You gotta ask yourself in this life, how much times have England won a competition where we was all happy for? 2020, 2024, 2026 happening again. Remember I said it. It's never coming home, ever. By the looks of it, they live in the stadium. Because there's no other answer, bro. There's no other answer. How else are we gonna get there? How much do you think these cost? No, I think it's like 3.5 a month, 4, supposedly. I've never walked to this part of the stadium in my life, ever. Here we are. As usual, Apple Maps takes you all the way to the wrong place. And as Kieran just said, we're going to that specific zone, and it says that way up there. Oh my gosh.
2,000 years later.
50th floor, Ihabachi. What's
happening?
Guy?
What's happening, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Talk to us, bro.
What's up? I'm Kieran. Play for the London Lions. Welcome to my home.
Let's go have a look, man. This one looks nice, bro, for first entry.
Yeah, man.
Look how they got
Nice
them living,
setup.
guys. This why you need to work hard so you can be a pro.
Did you get it?
Yeah, man.
It's beautiful, man. You know what I mean? Balcony views. Nice little New York sort of setting.
Not facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Look at that aesthetics with with the offy little sofa.
The leather.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Nice
Little bench. We got the fridge, the freezer.
How the room's looking though?
Rooms are looking valid so far. Yeah, come on. Obviously, I just moved in, so don't worry the mess. You know what I mean? Don't mind the mess right now. But yeah, bed, nice view there. Nice view. Ensuite.
Ooh.
It's crucial. Ensuite is crucial. I didn't even touch the lights yet, so I don't even know how it works. But yeah, nice shower, good setup in here. Got the mirror. Make sure you look good in the morning. You know what I mean? Brush your teeth in that. Yeah, little storage. Sorry?
It's a heater.
Yeah, full-size heater.
Look how big this heater is.
Stay warm in the winter.
This is the biggest heater I've seen in my whole life.
It gets cold in London. So this is yeah,
crazy.
Need that. Come out here, we can see the view.
Yeah.
So you got Wembley to the right. Definitely gonna watch some of the games from up here. I mean, you can't really see.
from
But,
up here?
you know what I mean? Optimistic.
You can see the
Optimistic.
fans are
Do you
right
get
there,
it?
bro.
So I can chant with the fans and that. You know what I mean? You know the most important thing? We got the Nike shop right
As I'm saying,
there.
you got that, bro. You got the cinema there.
Lids.
London designer outlet.
Yeah. First week it might be hectic still. It might be hectic.
I'm saying,
Yeah, this is beautiful. I'm grateful, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
I feel like James St. Patrick right now.
Do you get it? You just sat here.
This is a big rich town.
Yeah, man.
I just come from the
Yeah, I'm blessed. I am, truly.
Bright
Truly.
city lights. Talk to us, bro. So where did it all start for you?
So for me, it honestly started in North London, Tottenham. You know what I mean? Crazy.
Up the gunners.
Crazy. Come on, you know that. Come on. Literally, so yeah, it started in North for me. Literally just me and my mum. You know, I had family around, that sort of thing, but it was always us.
Shout out mum.
Yeah, Mumsy.
She knows who she is.
She
Shout out
knows
mum.
that. Come on, Mumsy. Yeah, so me and her moved around a little bit in terms of being on the border of Tottenham, Edmonton, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But I always played sports. She always made sure I was doing some sort of activity after school. And so yeah, like, I always just been athletic and naturally.
What did you start with?
tennis.
Tennis?
Yeah.
Oh,
which is
shout out to
crazy.
tennis.
Which is crazy.
I play tennis as well, you know.
Is it?
When I was younger, yeah, but no one knows that. I said that on my podcast though.
You know, it is. I think tennis is really good for just hand-eye coordination anyway.
Yeah.
And I think once you get that down, naturally you're good at all sports.
Yeah, no,
Just because it's the basics of footwork, fundamentals.
Even conditioning, bro. That's high level conditioning to play tennis. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it started for me, and then I just fell in love with sports from there. And I think I've always been somebody that's been hyperactive in a sense of wanting to go and do something to burn energy. And yeah, man, like for me, that was sports.
How did you get into from there? How did you kind of lead into finding basketball and picking that to kind of shape your life, bro? Because
you know what, basketball came much later on after tennis. So obviously, I must have been, I say like 4 or 5, when I really started going to like tennis events that I remember personally. And I was playing football, obviously. That's where it starts. So I was playing football. For me, I thought I was going to the Prem. Even now, I tell some of the men, I'm like, yeah, I'm going Prem. I'm going Prem.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. When I finished playing basketball, I'm going Prem. From, I guess, early or middle of primary to early secondary, I always just did other sports, football. I did different activities like archaeology and all of that. Then the last one I did was basketball.
Archaeology, though.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
you was going crazy.
I was trying to avoid basketball. It was crazy. I've always been tall and I was trying to avoid basketball. Yeah. And then I remember I went to a basketball section or whatever during the half term, and the guy was like, "Have you ever considered playing?" And I was like, "Nah, not really." Yeah. And he was like, "You should. You're tall. You've got the footwork."
That's how it always does. You're tall, bro.
Leave me alone, bro. And I was like, "Yeah," but I was like, "I like football. Yeah, I mean, I like doing other things. I don't really like basketball that much. It's fun to watch. I like some of the guys that I see, but I was like, nah, it's not really my thing." So at that point, I must have been 10, 11. And so after the Olympics, the 2012 Olympics, that's when I really was like, you know what? Yeah, I was like, no, let me actually think about this. So by that time, I was 13, 14. And I remember I emailed one of the coaches that worked at Kent Crusaders at the time. Yeah. And I messaged about going to a trial. He was like, yeah, come.
So that's how it started? So that's how you reached out to them?
Yeah, I literally reached out because I was just like, you know what, let me see what this is really saying. Let me go see if I have fun, that sort of thing. And you know what it was? Basketball was the first sport that I went to. And I remember going to a practice and I was probably one of the worst people.
Also, and for me, it's the competitive fire.
It's the challenge of like, wait, I'm not good. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not as good as I thought I was, or I think I am. Do you see what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, nah, like, I've got to show up every week and I've really got to try and get better. And from there, it was weird. Like the process of just getting better at basketball, I fell in love with it. So I would wake up at 6 in the morning before school and I'd look up like Drew Hanlon. At the time, that's when he had the pure step, like it was legit, like first pure step. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'd look up his videos on YouTube and I'd see he'd have like where you're dribbling and you put the cone on top of the other cone and you move it and then you do a crossover and he goes,
I think everybody does that. I have to check that video on this, bro.
You have to.
I've done that video, bro. They put it there, you cross and you push it. Oh my God.
I swear to God. And you know what it is? I wish you could have a graphic of the park that I was in, because the park that I was in, it's raining, the floor's damp and stuff, and it's crazy that I was doing that. And it's at 6 in the morning, I have these bright orange cones, and I'm doing these drills, and there's people walking their dogs and that. And every morning they would see me, so I became friends with them. And I remember, I was so sad, because I knew, in a way, I feel like this was like telling me that this was sort of my destiny in a weird way. Because I remember a pit bull, I'm not scared of dogs, innit? But a pit bull came in there and it was, man, barking and all that, and it's come into the cage and it went straight for the ball and popped it, and it was like one of the, I don't know, is it like Baden? You know what I'm talking about? But it was a beautiful one, bro.
Indoor like, Baden, the white and then the beige.
Yeah, but mine was black and white, so it was different. It was
a limited edition.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? One of my uncles or something gave it to me when I was young, and I was like, I finally pumped up because now I'm playing, obviously. So I was using that when I was outside, and he broke it. He popped it, and the guy was like, "Oh, I'll give you money to go get another one, or like I'll go get you another one. Just come to the house tomorrow before school, and I'll give you another one." And I remember I went to the house and he gave me one, but it was one of them dead ones from Sports Direct. It was like it was the black red.
If you see this now, bro, we need that ball back.
Yeah, we need that. We need that. Trust me. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the limited edition one. And but yeah, like for me, it was like, okay, cool. Like I've got to do this. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why. I just felt like that was something that I needed to do every day. And from there, literally, I just fell in love with basketball, man. And that was like the beginning of it. Yeah. My first game under 16s. I never forget because it was Lewisham Thunder, and they had the OGs like Jacob Wowo, Josh Edwards. Yeah. So their team was stacked, and obviously this is I'm in the basketball world. So for me, it's like I'm hearing things now. Like people are like, yo, like they have Jacob Wowo.
They have this person, yeah.
So I'm like, who are they? Because obviously I haven't been in it. This is my second year really playing organised basketball, and so now I'm hearing this and they're like, oh, they play for England, like they dunk and all of this, and I've never done
so
before.
But
that was a thing though. That was a thing at juniors. They were like,
if you could dunk,
you're serious.
If you could dunk at juniors, oh my god!
As soon as you could dunk, it's like, yo.
If you could dunk,
that's it. You might even get the hoops.
As England call up if you could dunk, bro.
England call up,
at least the
something, bro.
Yeah.
Something. So I remember that was the first game. We got smoked. We must have lost by like 40. But all I remember is I ended up starting the game. I think I just the mentality that I had going into that anyway. And we had some good guys on the team. We had like Dan Amol. He was England junior kind of thing. He was like on the radar. We had some other guys like Cameron Proctor. Like they all these people have like gone through the ranks of playing for the county to go play for England, or at least like made an England camp. I'm just sort of a nobody. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me to go in there and start, I was like, fairs. Like I'm
doing something.
Yeah,
working.
Yeah, like I'm working. So yeah, we got to the game now. We ended up getting smoked, whatever. But I was the top scorer in that game. So the coach messaged me after, and I played really well. Like I think just there's certain people in this world, you just have that competitive drive. Like you just when you see somebody you're matched up against, when you hear something and somebody's like, yo, they have this person, or you just see on the other team there's somebody that just looks. Some people have that look where they look like they're cold. So naturally you're like, okay, let me match up against them, let me see how they are. Do you get what I'm saying? How cold am I? So I think just naturally I have that drive anyway in everything that I do. So I was successful in that game. We lost obviously and you want to win, but ended up coming out top scorer in that. Had a good game, and my coach messaged me. He was like, I seen that you was top scorer.
Yeah, the confidence kind of, that's just like where you know you can kind of hang and you build the confidence in yourself to know that you can kind of do something with the sport.
And so for me, that was like, I think that's where it really put in my brain, okay, cool, you can really do this. Do you get what I'm saying? So that was first year under 16s, and it was the same thing, highs and lows. I had good games. I had my first like real double-digit scoring games. I had like 20 points, 15 points. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, real games. And then going into the second year, that's when I was like the main guy for Crusaders. Like all the oldest had left now.
So
it was like,
kind of moving into
now it's like, yo, you have to have a bigger role. And for me, that was where I learned more. It's weird how it's come full circle, but that's where I learned how to be such a versatile player where I can do a bit of everything. Because now it's like, I'm the guy that's been there since under 14s. Most of the guys that was with me at under 14s are now either dropped off or done little things that they wasn't really as consistent as me coming back in. And so I'm the main guy now. But I had the supporting other guys, obviously, but it was like, you've got to go and score 20 a game, basically.
For us to have a chance to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I don't know, I just took that role on naturally. Like it wasn't really a conversation that was had until a certain point before the season. That was like, you do realize you're a big part of the team, so you need to go up there and like play hard. And I was like, yeah, that was understood. And literally from there, it was a wrap. Like that whole year I was killing, bro. Like I think I averaging like 20 something for the whole year, yeah. Okay. And the first game we played Westminster Warriors, I still kind of dislike them to this day, though, because of how we lost that game. But shout out my guy Agron, because we still talk about this. I still work out with him in my training and that. But we still talk about this. He ended up, I don't know how, it must have been the refs. They're doing something dodgy in the National League games with the referees, bro. Because I got some sort of intentional foul or something. They had free throws. Ended up losing the game.
Down the stretch?
Yeah, bro. And I had 20 that game. Then we had a back-to-back, so the next day, had another game, had 30, 33, 35, something like that.
Yeah. Who's that against?
I don't even know, bro. I don't even remember. But I remember that because I was like, wow, like I'm actually good at basketball. You know when you have those
50-point weekend.
I'm saying a 50-point weekend. And I remember they had that on their website, like Kieran Sandy has a 50-point weekend, something like that. Yeah. And I was like, rah.
It's kind of just stacking small wins.
Stacking the small wins, and then they start becoming bigger. You start seeing, but obviously it's competitive sport, it's a competitive world. So you're seeing other people do certain things, and it's like, damn, I need more. So these things to me, they were great, but at the same time, like, have I not been called up to Southeast or have I not been called up for England or something? Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, okay, let's keep going. And obviously, like I said, that year was a good year for me. I ended up getting the call up to play for Southeast. Really at the end of the first year under 16s, because I was 15, so I was the youngest.
That's the last year you can play, right? Under 15s, I think.
Yeah. But I ended up playing for under 17s.
Under 17s is the last year you can play, for.
So I had Dan Akin on my team. I had who else we had? I had Oliver Waymark. Like, these are like old names that if he was around that time, like you would know. End up making a team, which again another little small win that I was like, yeah, that's amazing. I remember I got the text and that screenshot that I posted on Instagram and everyone was gassing me up. But it wasn't for the external like validation. It was really like I was just shocked, bro. I was like, do you get what I'm saying? It was like, in a way, like before Instagram is how it is now, my Instagram was literally like just basketball, like all my achievements, like I remember I'm on under 16 MVP eventually, and like I put that on there. Like there was just certain achievements that I was posting, like just so whenever I went on my phone, I would see them. Do you get what I'm saying? It's different when you can really see your achievements. Instead of just thinking about them and you really see them stacking up, it's like, wow, like I can do something great. I'm doing something great already. That was like my first introduction to regional basketball, that sort of level. Then the following year, that's when I won under 16 MVP, and it was natural for them to call me back to come play for the team.
For the regionals,
So I made the team. I was with Hosanna. That was my guy. Me, him, Enoch, some other people. You know these names that if you was sort of...
If he was around, Enoch, he was around younger days.
And you'll know. But yeah, shout out those guys. They're doing their thing as well. But yeah, man, we was gonna be the core of that team. I remember we had a conversation with the coach and everything. He was like, "Yo, I need you guys to stay tight." Do you get what I'm saying? Because he's like, when we're in practice, like we need to make sure we're doing certain things. But when it's time for the tournament, like it's your time to really like go out there and go play for England.
Take us to the promised land.
And he, you know what? I think his name was like Coach Sunderland or something like that. But he was the first real coach that I had. Yeah, where he used to really analyze the game and like break it down to details. And that, I think, is where I fell in love with like the details of the game and learning how to analyze certain parts, analyze your shooting, analyze spots that you can get to, how to defend. Do you get what I'm saying? Like really taking pride in defense. I always took pride in defense, but he really made me like
breaking down the game.
Yeah,
that's what it's
like,
about.
okay, like, I'm looking at this action. I'm looking at this. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did camp and everything, made the team, of course. Then it's August now, so the tournament is in September. It's August, right? So it's early August, and I go to America, see my grandfather, my grandparents, and my family that's in America. And I'm only going for 2 weeks because we had a 2-week period where we had off.
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, you ain't got any training or anything. Just make sure you're back by this day."
By this day. Yeah.
Cool. So I go out there. I didn't take any basketball shoes. In fact, I took one pair. It was my KDs, my KD 6s.
Ooh,
the gum balls.
Which ones?
The All-Star ones. The All-Star.
Okay.
Yeah.
What colour are those?
It's like black.
It has like
with
the green tick.
Yeah, with a green tick.
Orange as well.
Yeah.
I know
all
what
that,
you're talking about. Yeah.
So beautiful. One of my favorite shoes ever.
Yeah.
And I remember those are the only shoes I took, bro. Cause I'm like, I'm not really gonna play, but let me take just in case I gotta go outside and play a little ball, whatever. And my cousin over there, he plays ball, so he's like, yeah, when you come, we'll go to New York, we'll go on the bridge, on the pier, we'll just play a little bit, whatever. I'm like, alright, cool. But it's getting to like a week now, a week before I need to go home. I still haven't gone to New York. Finally get to New York, and I go to the park with him.
I can see where the story's headed, you know. But
hooping with him. Some coach is down there doing a drill. He's like, "Yo, do you wanna hop in? I'm like, "Alright, yeah, we can hop in." So I go do my drills, whatever. He's like, "You can't go home." I'm like, but it's weird, bro. I'm 16. He's telling me I can't go home. I'm like, what do you mean I can't go home?
You're gonna kidnap me, bro.
What are you talking about? He's like, no. He's like, I'm a coach. I was like, oh. He's like, no, you can't. Like, where are you from? I was like, London. He's like, no, you can't go home. He's like, I have another coach that I want to work you out. That I want him to come and see you. But Americans, especially if you know New Yorkers, yeah, they gas everything. You know what I'm saying? Even, just Americans in general. I love my Americans in it, but they gas everything. So it's so funny. He's like, yo, you can't go home. Like, you gotta stay. I'm like, alright, cool. Let me just tell my mom and tell my cousin and that, and I'm gonna get something to eat, and I'll come back. So he calls the coach. Coach was the head coach for Lincoln High School. That's where Lance Stevenson went, Isaiah Whitehead.
He was crazy in college, bro.
Literally. Stephon Marbury, like, there's legit.
Is it in New York?
Yeah, it's in New York, Coney Island. There's legit, like, hoopers that went.
Where the jail is? Coney Island, where the jail is.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's right. It's a legit school. Do you get it? And I remember the coach came. He worked me out. He was like,
so wait, did he come? So you're working out with your cousin. The guy that seen you called the coach to come on the day.
On the day.
To make your way here now.
On the day.
Yeah.
And he called up like 3-4 hours later. It's dark now, so it's not even.
You waited for the whole time,
bro. I waited. I went home 8. I came back at night. It was dark now. And on the pier they put like lights sort of around it, so it's kind of like floodlights.
You can see a little.
So you can see. Do you get what I'm saying? But where I've worked at 6 in the morning, it's dark. In England, it's not light outside at 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It's dark now, so it's. Do you get what I'm saying? So I've got used to being able to just do certain things in the dark, and it's not really a challenge as much. And so literally, he's come to the court, and he's put me through a workout. He's like, nah, I like your game. He's like, will you come play in a tournament with me? The tournament was against Kyrie Irving's school, St. Patrick's School. Yeah, so I didn't even know, but I played against like Nick Richards at the time.
Okay, Kentucky one.
Yeah, but do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm so naive that I was just like, oh, I'm just here. Like, bro, I'm playing against guys that either in the league now or like high major or
still probably making money playing at that age.
And really, I didn't even know who was actually on that team. I just remember Nick Richards, and he's big as hell. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. I had like 3 games in a day. First 3 games, whatever. I was best player on the team, like scoring all three levels, whatever. Passing the ball. Like I said, I do a bit of everything. So scoring, defending, facilitating, whatever was needed. But I was doing well. And I was helping our team win. We weren't the best team there. We didn't have the tallest guys, but just impacting winning. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think for a lot of people, like, that goes over the head. That if you can impact winning, that sometimes is bigger than just being able to score 20 points a game, 30 points a game. After the camp, I ended up getting a scholarship to go to a school in Baltimore. I spent 2 years at that school. I went in, immediately went in there, did my thing. It was a tough transition though, because I was 4 years into organised basketball. So there's still certain things that I hadn't learned yet as such. And like I said, I was a player that was everywhere.
Doing everything.
So when you go to America, it's like they want to know what position you are.
And you tell them, I don't know.
I'm like, I just play the wing. Like, I do everything. Mm-hmm. And they're like, nah, like, can you shoot? Can you drive to the... I'm like, I can do everything, bro. Like, it doesn't matter. Just tell me what to do.
I feel like probably like a ahead of your time thing. So
do you get what I'm saying?
At the point you're there, it's more the wing kind of just slashes, doesn't really shoot many threes, but it's like, okay.
But if that ball is swung, I'm gonna shoot the three. Do you get what I'm saying? So it was mad interesting, because now I had to adapt and figure out a position to play, and now they've put me at like the 4, the 3, because I could kind of handle it, but it wasn't like, it was like I'm pushing it. Like if I grab the rebound, I'll just push it until somebody tries to stop me. Then I'm trying to go around him. If I can't go around him, then I'm passing it. Do you get what I'm saying? And like that was just my first year, just figuring out the ropes. But I still did well enough that I was like, okay, cool. Coming into your second year, you're gonna have a bigger role. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even bigger role. Now you're like one of the main guys. I remember going into that second year. I had one of my boys. He's still one of my boys to this day. Shout out J-Rock. He's one of the best guys I ever played with. Mm-hmm. And I remember I just worked out with him that whole summer, bro, and he helped me really understand how to adapt to a position and just become.
Where does he play now?
He plays at Army.
Okay.
He's starting to play at Army.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a jit. Check Army out this year if you can. Yeah. But yeah, man, him and his dad, they helped me like really figure out how to become what I needed to become for that team. Do you get what I'm saying? Like learn how to just be a basketball player in that position. Sometimes you have to adapt for your team, and that's what I learned. I ended up over that AAU and everything, I ended up playing for Team Mello. Then I played for some other teams as well throughout that. But going into that last year, I didn't really have offers in that to go to the next level. Like I said, I was always trying to push as much as I can.
Yeah.
So that last year, I think it got to the end of the basketball season, which is like February, March, and people asked me, "Yo, where you going to school?" I was just like,
I don't really know. Is this before college or this is
yeah,
senior
it's
year?
before,
Okay.
so senior year, and I was like, I don't know, and they're all like, "How do you not know that?" And I don't know, like, if you know me, you know I'm very laid back, I'm very chill. So people are seeing that in a hectic time, and they're like, "How are you so calm?" And I was like, "It's just gonna work out. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna work out." When I'm at Team Melon, I'm surrounded by guys that are this level. I've always sort of been surrounded by guys that are this level. So for me, I'm not gonna just go here. I'm trying to go their level and more.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing these guys getting D1 offers,
High majors.
Some of these guys were nationally ranked. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's what I want to be.
Yeah.
I didn't get nationally ranked, but I was ranked in Maryland. So for me, that was a small win. Do you get what I'm saying? Then I was ranked in like the DMV, which is like 3 different.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Then that was another achievement for me. So I'm like, cool, like I'm getting on the radar now, I'm getting little write-ups and that. They're saying, okay, watch out for this guy, like D2, D3, possibly D, like low major D1. Cool. So I'm a bit gassed now. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, man, you gotta also like love what you're doing, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. I feel like I figured it out my last year, because when everything happened now, and it came down to it, I was like, okay, I want to reclass and go to prep school. I ended up getting like 67,000 dollars worth of a scholarship for 1 year to go to this school. This is like the Harvard of prep schools. I went to that school and I killed, bro. Like, I killed. I was averaging like 18 and 10.
So you can do.
Yeah, and this is in the NEPSAC. This is New England Patriot.
What other schools in that? Brewster Academy.
Brewster Academy. Like this is Loomis Chaffee, Taft. Like all these schools where people go and they go from there and they get things to high major, like mid major. Like it's a legit league. Do you get what I'm saying for schools? But yeah, so I went there, killed, bro, did my thing, and it's still weird. Even then, I was still sort of getting overlooked, and my coach at the time, he was a very relaxed about the recruiting situation, and so I ended up having to get some extra help from other places. Ended up getting that help, and one of my guys, Coach Diamond, he helped me go to like a tournament, AAU tournament, play in the spring. I played really well again, got some legit looks. I worked out in front of St. Bonaventure's, Iona, Quinnipiac, Columbia. Like all these schools were coming to my games. Bro, I've never like really had Division 1 schools that show up to a game.
No,
so you know how you see in like them mixtapes and that they're sitting courtside and that. I'm in school, like high school, and all of these men are sitting in the thing and I'm working out. Or like we have a game and like, I remember Iona's there and he comes and I'm seeing him and he talks to me, he's like, "Yo, good game today." I'm like, "Thanks." But it still doesn't feel real, but again, these are the little small wins
I'm
talking about. That's like, okay,
yeah.
it's possible. Do you get what I'm saying? And for me, that was the biggest thing, like just understanding that it's possible if you want it to be.
So when you finish high school and obviously you commit to Holy Cross at this point, how does your college career end up playing out? So let's take us through your first year at Holy Cross, adapted to the Division 1 lifestyle, and just take it from there.
Alright. So I finished prep school May 20 something, end of May. Once I had officially signed like 2 days before I graduated. Once I had officially signed, they sent me this email and was like, "You need to be on campus June 3rd. So imagine, I finished the end of May. Within 4 days, I had to go to Holy Cross. So that for me was just nuts anyway. Like just the transition, it was that quick. So I was like, cool. It's like you have pre-season training, 5 a.m. lifts, 2 workouts a day, and you're gonna be living in like student housing, summer housing. Cool. So that was just like the first part of my career at Holy Cross, like just getting into the school year. So we've done that now. That was an experience in itself, because 2 weeks into that, my head coach had retired. So the person I had committed to, the stuff I had committed to, retired. But long story, the politics of college basketball happened. It happened. So he's gone now. We get a new coach in, and he came from Marquette. So I thought it would be even better for me in a sense of like he's gonna see high major coach. He's gonna see the rawness of certain guys, myself included, and be like, okay, cool, like we can really build something over these 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Instead, he came in on really I want to bring in my guys. Fuck you.
Push.
bro.
It's just push.
Yeah,
Bring it
and
in,
let's
it,
push
yeah.
out these guys so I can bring in my lot. So
Yeah.
that for me was new because I've never experienced that in my whole journey up to this point.
Yeah.
I've always been somebody that, like, as in from a coach's standpoint, I've always been somebody that they wanted on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's switched. He didn't want me on the team.
At that point, okay, because he didn't recruit you, so
Right.
it's like he
Right.
don't need you or.
Do you get it? So now I've gone from first month of practice being with the guys, like in a practice you have 12 guys, 15 guys, whatever,
Yeah.
being in that, so subbing in, subbing out,
In the
going through
rotation,
drills, in the
yeah.
rotation to I got injured, all of a sudden when I come back you're on scout team. Put on this bib.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but can I now get reps? No, just keep the bib on for now. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So even that, like mentally, that was a crazy transition and like challenge for me. And I ended up talking to like a sports therapist, which I recommend. And now I can really adjust from something that's, you might think, right, that's out of order what a team or coach or whatever is doing. And I can just see the positive in that because I know what I'm doing. I can
Yeah.
control what I can control.
That's what you
only.
can do. Yeah.
And from there, you know what I mean? Whatever, like what's yours will be yours.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can take that away from me. So he helped me discover that. But yeah, it was a tough transition to go from being somebody, like I said, I was averaging 18 and 10, bro, in high school like, at that time. So I felt like I was something. To all of a sudden, these men are trying to tell me I'm nothing. I ended up not playing a game. So there's that. I ended up not playing a game for the whole season because of this situation here. And so we get to the end of the season now. It's like end of season meetings, whatever. And he basically says, there's not going to be a bigger role for you. So, but I'm on scholarship, so they can't tell me you've got to go.
Yeah, it's more like
It's my
we
scholarship.
advise you.
Yeah,
please transfer.
Basically, they're like, please can you leave so that we can open up this spot because we're not going to give you a bigger role if you stay.
Yeah.
One of my AU coaches was like, look, it's the best option to just leave so you can get out of there, be in a position where you're playing, that sort of thing. Cool.
Mm.
So at the end of the season meeting, I've shaken the coach's hand. Well, he shook my hand and he was like, I have nothing but respect for you. You've endured a long season where you didn't really know if he was going to play or not. And he's like, I didn't want to tell you we're going to redshirt you so early because I didn't think you would show up every day how you did. In my head, I'm like, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know who I am. But that there explains why he doesn't know who I am because there was no way I was going to show up and not work. So I've left now, transferred, whatever. That's led me now to JUCO, where I really was trying to avoid, but COVID
COVID's made everything long.
COVID literally like messed everything up. I had like Division 1 visits set up. I was gonna go to certain places and try and basically just earn my scholarship, which wasn't anything for me because at this point I've earned every single scholarship I've won. So it's like, okay, it's just another, do you know what I mean? It's just another summer for me, bro. Like, we're just gonna go get to the bag. And literally had to come home for COVID. I didn't want to leave my mum on ones. So I've come home for COVID. But like I said, I had this sports therapist and he helped me really train like a professional. Like this COVID period, I'd never trained so hard. Obviously now I know how to train, but during that period I was on that Kobe type vibes. Like, I was waking up at 5, I would go run hills, I would come home, nap, do yoga at like 10, take another nap, eat food, whatever, go to the park, go hoop, come back, nap, do some weights, come back. I was doing like 4 workouts a day. It was nuts. And I was literally doing this for the whole period of COVID up until I had fully committed to Miami-Dade, where I was really going for JUCO. Went there, did my thing. Similar situation, like college can be very political. There's certain agendas that you might not know are in place. So the only thing you can control is how hard you work and can control what you can control. You know what I mean? And for me, that was literally like everything. That was my whole college career, basically. Went to JUCO, I did my thing, but we weren't winning. So college coaches weren't really looking at it like, we want this guy. Because if you're scoring 15, 20 on a losing team, it's like, okay, but we can find a guy that's scoring 15 or 20 on a winning team. Why would we recruit that guy? You know? But I had a lot of good looks, like Idaho State, Montana State, Jacksonville, North Florida, like had some good schools that were looking at me and like contact my coach coming to the games and stuff, but there was never offer because it's like, can you guys win some games?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So just wondering like, what's the issue over there? Yeah.
Right, and that then led me to go into my Division II school, which they themselves were also like a high level Division II. So really and truly, the league that we was in, I think most of the guys were either at Division I, could play Division I,
Or that situation led them to,
You see what I'm saying? Or they're just sort of undersized to be playing at that Division I level. So it's a very good league. That was Mercyhurst. And similarly, I almost came home and was playing for Surrey after Miami. It's crazy. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Because I knew a guy there who was assistant coach, and he was like, "Come work out." Went to work out. Was playing, and that's when I first like really met Ashley Hamilton, and he helped me like navigate sort of how I wanted to sound. Like I like his game a lot, so he helped me sort of navigate like certain moves and stuff. I still use some of his moves to this day. Shout out Ashley. But yeah, man, he's a great guy as well. He helped me sort of figure out my path a little bit. But yeah, I was at Surrey, whatever. We did some workouts, we were playing and that. And then I was supposed to have a conversation with the head coach at the time, but I had already committed to Mercyhurst. So I was like, you know what? I was like, let me just stick to the plan. Let me get my degree. Let me make sure that I have something else to fall back on. That the professional thing will be there as long as I keep working. Cool. Gone to Mercyhurst now. Same thing again. I have a coach who's told me, we want you to come in and play these minutes and start. Nobody's coming in your position. Get there. I'm killing. But then at that point, he wants to play a certain way. College can be very systematic.
System-based,
You know what I mean? So sometimes if you aren't a player that is so passive that you dribble it to the corner to a pitch, you know what I'm saying, or you go into the handoff and you roll and you get the ball, instead of looking at the hoop, he wants you to pass it to that wing. Like if you can't do certain things like that, or even if you can do that, but you don't do it 9 times out of 10, you're not getting minutes.
His thing's like, nah, in the short row, I want to play this way rather than like how you play out the short row. You just say, oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying? And I remember, I went to his office because I'm like, I don't understand why I'm not playing. Like, why are you not playing me? And he was like, it's not. He's like, it's not your talent. Like, I know you can play. He's like, offensively, you're one of our best guys.
It's just what we need.
He was like, but I really wish you played more like this guy on the team so that you were more passing and da-da. I'm like...
So you fit into his system more?
Yeah. But even in itself, that's crazy to me. But I hear it. You know what it is? And I respect it in a way because the team are winning. I'm a team guy anyway, so I wasn't selfishly coming from a place where it's like, oh, I want to play more than this guy. I was coming from a place where like, coach, I can help us
keep going,
keep winning. We can win a damn championship if you put me in a game. Like, I swear to God. And some of my teammates was even like trying to get him to listen, but it is what it is. And that was just my first year at Mercyhurst. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go home during the summer. Second year, I'm gonna come back. I won't be denied. That's literally like my saying. I'm gonna get tired, but but literally, I was like, I won't be denied. So whatever you do this year, I didn't say this to him, but in my head, whenever I seen him, I was like, whatever you tell me this year doesn't matter. Like, I'm not gonna be denied from what my calling is. And I remember same thing, going to the season. I've had a great summer of working out. Like, great summer. I feel in great shape. I feel like I'm shooting the ball better. I feel like I just have a better feel for the game naturally. And we go into the season. We get to the scrimmage, bro. The first scrimmage of the year. He doesn't play me. Like, he didn't even put me in. He didn't even put me in the game. And the way they do the scrimmages there in America, obviously, it's 20-minute halves, right? So he did 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Then we had a 10-minute extra because it's preseason. So he didn't play me in that 20 minutes in a 40-minute game. He played me in a 10-minute thing now. Bro, when I got off that bench and he told me I'm playing in that 10 minutes, I was so mad. Like, you could see it in my face. Like, I was so vexed. And I remember, I got like, literally, if I pulled up the film, I got to send you some of the film. If I pull up the film, I got every single rebound, like damn near every single rebound. I was pinning everything, like pinning everything off the glass.
You know, you almost said that. Yo, he was a game.
I was locked in. I was so mad. I was like, you know what? If you're not gonna play me, you're gonna see why you need to.
It sounds like you though, like checking into the game and still playing hard. Because I feel like for a lot of people, you get in a kind of situation. I know myself. Situation like that, I'm tapped out, man. Something like that. That's what I'm trying to say. It takes a lot of like mental toughness to play the last 10 and just be like, you know what it is? 10 minutes on the floor, let me show my worth. Yeah. Because most people just go out there, you kind of just BS around, make yourself look worse, and it's like you're giving them a reason to like, you're really,
to it.
Yeah, so that was like really like a I can't be denied mindset. You go into the game and you kind of just.
And that, like I said, that was like my mantra for that whole season. It still is to this day now, because I just seen like where it can put me. And yeah, bro, like after that, like I said, I got minutes, like little minutes, minutes, whatever. Like I pretty much played in like almost every game, but it was like 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
So you can't really get to work.
Yeah, so it's not real playing minutes. You get what I'm saying? You can't really do anything with it. Yeah. It can be challenging. So like to guys that are going that path, you've got to make sure that you're mentally in a place where you don't let anything rock you. And
it's way bigger than the hoops, bro.
Yeah, and I think that also played a role into it, where it's like coaches saw that they can't really break me, so they tried do the mad thing, like do other things where it's like not part of basketball, but they're trying to like violate. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, like, I'm also not gonna let you violate me. And then it's like, oh, okay, like, I have respect for you. But why are you trying to do all of that when it has nothing to do with basketball or school or life? Yeah. I feel like the college coach, the best coaches that I've ever had, they try and teach you life lessons and make you a better man and make you this and that. They're not trying to break you down to the point where you don't want to play basketball anymore. You lose your joy. And my first year at Holy Cross, I lost my joy. But I got it back because I was like, nah, there's the bigger picture. I won't be denied. I realized, this is obviously when I tore my ligaments, I was like, nah, like, truly my calling is greater than college basketball, bro. Yeah. Like there's people that just play 4 years of college and that's it. Because
you feel like their career is done. A lot of people do that. I think a lot of women do that as well. Women will be like, after college, they're good to go.
Yeah. And so like my calling was to go play professionally. I still technically had like 2 years of eligibility. Yeah. So at that point I was on the right path to get my bachelor's degree. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I don't really want to stay I've been in school for mad long now. Yeah. So I was like, I don't really want to stay in school, but I will explore the option. So let me gather all my film that I can, message all these schools, send my film, send my documents, whatever, and just be like, I have 2 years eligibility. I can be a grad student, whatever. Are you interested? Basically, like that was just a summary of sort of my email, and I sent that to like every Division 1 school that I could, right? And so I sent that to them. I got some replies from some good schools, but it was just like I made sort of a pact with myself where I was like, if I can get something straight away that's valid, that it's like, yeah, we want you to come visit. We'll set this up. We'll get on the call. If it's like legit interest, then I'll entertain it. If it's like, oh yeah, we really like your game. Can we get on the phone? Can you send your transcripts? And it takes long. I'm signing with an agent. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but I did both at the same time. So I had agents already reaching out, and I also reached out to a couple more agents that I saw that I know some of my guys I've been working out with throughout the years that they're with to sort of even the playing field and like understand what markets and stuff I want to be in. But then also I was entertaining let me go and get my masters, see if I can go back to that Division 1 level again and really play whatever. But yeah, just life, the masters thing. There was like one legit school that I can remember, Kent State, and we really got on the phone and we was talking. But I remember like when we called, but something happened with connection, whatever, and it went out. This is what I'm saying, like life is just crazy, but it went out, never called back. For me, I was just like, yeah, that's it. Like, I'm about to. Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. Crazy. Masters is done. And I was so happy, bro. I was like, alright, cool. Masters is done. I haven't got to go back to school, get my bachelor's. I'm out. And then, shout out Vantage Basketball. Then my guy Nick, I remember he messaged me on Instagram and like was like, yo, like, I remember you from Lions and NCAA workouts. I don't even remember that at UDO. COVID time. Yeah. But I was going
that saved everybody, bro.
Literally. You remember that? That was mad. Yeah, so literally he was like, yeah, I remember you from the workouts. Like, what's your situation, explained to him my situation, and got on a Zoom call with him, and we spoke. I explained to him my situation, how my college career has gone, and I really just liked his mindset. His mindset very similar to mine, and I like how he viewed the game. You know what I mean? And I think he was just sort of the perfect person for me to sign with, in terms of what I'm trying to do in my career. And then literally signed together. I came back in August. I came back to London in August, and ended up getting a workout with Lions. And so
did Nick like kind of pull them strings for that to happen? Or was he the one reaching out to the teams and stuff? Or you feel like you kind of?
Yeah, I think like he always says to me, like, he works for me. I don't work for him. So I kind of like that, because it makes sense. Like if you have an agent, you want them to be pushing your stuff everywhere. And so he told me that he's like, it makes sense for me to push you in the British market. It makes sense for me to push you here and here. Like, let me do that. And so he did his thing. We ended up getting the Lions gig as well, like to be able to go work out with them. I was supposed to go work out with Plymouth as well, but just certain things happened, and ended up not going there. And the Lions workout came first, and so went to the Lions workout. It was a decent workout.
I remember them times actually. I remember you came to work out. I was at uni, so I was like, I see you.
Like, we literally seen each other going past. He's like, what are you doing? Lions workout. He's like, but yeah, literally did a workout, whatever. Then I was like, okay, come to practice for the week. Practice with them for the week. They had a scrimmage against Caledonia, and I did well in that scrimmage.
Is that the one that was in Manchester?
Yeah. And so I did well. I remember that first position that I checked in, I had a baseline drive, pump fake, got the big in the air, bounced past the Sharma, he laid it in, or dunked it, whatever. And I was like, alright, cool, I'm here.
That's what you did. That's what you did.
Just one play, I'm here.
That one play.
Like, even if that's the one good play I do today, they're gonna remember that. Because it's a good fundamental basketball play.
Off 2 feet.
Off 2, pump fake, get the big in the air, get your big man a nice, easy. Now he's activated in the game. Do you get what I'm saying? Now he's locked in. Now he's blocking stuff down the other end. So that was one of my good plays I had in the game. But I was solid that game. Do you get what I'm saying? I played defense well. Offensively, I was just making the extra pass. We had elite guys in that team, bro. So for me, it wasn't about going out there and trying to do this and do that. It was about just showing that I could be a solid role player who, if I have to check in or if they want me in a game, I can contribute and help us win. And that is what I literally demonstrated that day. And honestly, throughout my time with them early on, during that week of practice and stuff. And so I earned my contract, bro. And it's full circle again. You know what I mean? Because it's just like everything up to that point, it was just earning it, going out and showing that you can.
That you belong, and that's crazy, man. What's a piece of advice you'd give to people who want to be in a position now, or like, what do you think they should do to have success playing basketball at any level it is, or just finding the fun in the process and stuff? Like, what kind of advice would you give to people that are watching?
The first, I would definitely say, just push to be in those elite environments. Like, that literally can just take you from one place to the next. Like, you really don't know. So just try and get into, even if you're like that annoying person that messages people like, yo, like, can I get in the gym with you, whatever. Like, there's certain guys here that they want to give back as well. They want to pass on that knowledge. So like, push to be in those environments. If you can train with some of the best trainers, train with some of the best trainers. If you can train with, guys that are better than you, train with guys that are better than you. It doesn't always have to be like going and playing National League and this and that, but try and push to be in elite environments. And then I'd say the next piece of advice I'd give is just, it's cliche obviously, but work as hard as you can.
It's cliche,
like,
but
just
it's true,
work,
man.
Like, the work never stops. And you know what it is? When you work here, the right things find you. Do you know what I'm saying? When you work so hard, everything that's yours finds you because it's rewarding you. You're creating that good karma. You know what I mean? So I think that's really it, bro. Like, you will be successful if you work for what you want. And if you have your vision and your plan of what you want, you'll get there.